There she is. She be lurking. She be just chilling outside the Nan's house. Anyway, we'll dive into it in just a second. I'm just going to go say hello. That was a bird. No way. Right then, what's up people? I've got some explaining to do. So in a previous video I explained that I had a package coming for the Lexus, a rather exciting one and all that, and I did a really rubbish job at videoing it and recording what I did. So I'm going to explain to you now, this is what I've done to the Lexus and I'll show you. Crocs for the win. Where's my key? There. Nope. Where's the unlock button? Nope, nope, nope. There it is. Right. So, I turbocharged my NA. Even though an NA is a high compression engine, I still wanted to do the NAT conversion, like I've seen all the NAT Supras and stuff like that. I bought this kit. I say kit, all the intercooler pipes are all universal, so I had to cut them all to fit. That's probably the main reason why I did such a rubbish job at filming it, honestly. The amount of stuff I had to customize to make fit and the holes and stuff, it just stressed me out and it took longer than I wanted it to take. So anyway, here it is. I adjusted the boost on the actuator there to what I thought was going to be the 8 psi, which was the recommended for the piggyback ECU for a safe boost. And what I accidentally did was I wound it all the way around to about 14. Drove it up the road. I'll put some clips in here. It did sound awesome. Woo! Let's go! Oh my god! It did sound great, but I drove it up the road and instantly knew that had a lot of power. And I got my other half to read the gauge while I was driving and it went up to 14, and that was a bit of an accident. So yeah, ever since it hit 14, it never ran right. I was driving it to like work and stuff, it was fine, like half throttle was fine. As soon as you open wide, it would start to misfire, it would start to choke, it would start to, you know, start to cough and everything. So then I began the process of chasing a misfire. As you can see, new coils, new leads. What else did I do? New plugs. I think I spent like 70 quid on plugs. But anyway, let me know if you want me to do a video where I explain what I did and how I did it and how it's all done. But at this moment in time, when I hit 14 pounds, cylinder 4 happens to have piston ring gone. I'll insert the pictures here. Doesn't look like too much damage, but it does cause quite a bad misfire for me. So I then turned the boost down, obviously, probably a few days after I noticed it was at 14. Long story short, I've bought another car. It's at my mum's house. We'll go have a look at it in just a second and I'll explain to you what's going to happen. Obviously, this engine's coming out. Donor car, engine going in. This one, out of my current car, is going to get rebuilt. So I'm going to rebuild this motor for probably more power. And in the meantime, I've got a donor car that isn't as clean as my car, so we'll go have a look at that. Now this is my 2004 donut Lexus. Just have a look at this. Now, without showing you literally every scratch on this car, it is an absolute gem. And I mean it. None of these panels are worth saving, which is a real pain in the ass, especially the boot lid, which I kind of wanted. The black interior is in really good shape. Dash, seats, carpet, the lot is in really good shape. Yep, sunroof. Every single GS I see has a sunroof, apart from me. I quite like the sunroof, but of course I can't just put it in my car. Nevertheless, so this car has got just the normal NA2J. It's got an air filter on it. This car's got coilovers. It's got one odd wheel to the rest of them. The rest of them are 350Z wheels. As you saw, there's a chunk taken out of the passenger front, so I won't be using that wheel. But the two rears have got two one-year-old tyres on. So two 18-inch wheels with 1-year-old tyres on. That'll be some good for burning them up and whatnot. So anyway, let's move over to the powerhouse. Fuck. Like I said, this is a completely bone stock 2J with an air filter. Nice touch. So this has actually got 138,000 miles on it, and the cam belt was done. Oh, there's even a Toyota one. Nice. The cam belt was done 30,000 miles ago, so you know, close enough. It looks in really good shape. The VVTi camshaft gear looks in really good shape. I mean, maybe it's just because it was covered up or whatnot, but yeah. I'm going to roll a clip where I was working on it the other day and sorting out some running issues. So roll that clip. I've just pulled the engine cover off now, and this engine does run. Apparently it runs sweet. That's what I've been told. I have had it running, but I have noticed a misfire. And you know what? For once in my life, I never thought I'd be so happy to see rodent damage. But at least now that can explain why this one misfires, which is good. So I can put it back together and I can check it doesn't misfire with the original coil packs from that one, because they're in the boot still. So this is my other Lexus to go with this Lexus, to fix that engine with this engine, and then to take that engine out and put it on a stand and rebuild it. So this engine currently will get rebuilt. This engine will go into this car to be boosted for this year, so I can enjoy the car at least. Now it does have a straight through exhaust. It sounds like rubbish if you ask me, and I probably won't end up putting it on that, even though the tailpipes look cool. But underneath, I can assure you, it's not great. Again, dents and scratches down the side. There's actually a chunk missing out of that passenger front wheel. That driver's front wheel is just a replica, and it's the only one on the car. The rest of them are these 350Z wheels, which have 2021 tyres on the back, so they're fine. I did notice that the rear left is towing out like mad, and that's why it drives like crap. Sadly, the boot lid's dented, so I won't be able to use that for my car, but it's weird having them next to each other. It almost looks like different colours. This looks red, that looks burgundy. I don't know, on film they look the same. But anyway, let's get to it. I've got to do a compression test on this one to, you know, confirm that the engine's okay to go into that one. We're looking for like 200 PSI out of each cylinder. Getting down into it, got the electronic throttle off the top, and like I said before, I never thought I'd be so happy to see rodent damage. There we go, that could explain why it's misfiring. Oh, fingers crossed anyway. This engine was misfiring when I picked it up. and that engine's misfiring because I turboed it. So fingers crossed this one's okay. Absolutely spiffing news. The compression test went well. Results will go here. I didn't film it purely because I don't have 8 arms and legs, and we're dealing with that monster, as well as Mum, who was holding the ignition on for me whilst I was holding the compression tester. But anyway, good compression. I'm happy. Going back together. Got my old coil packs from this one. Since I was chasing a misfire, I didn't need them anymore. And my old spark plugs, because, you know, it might run better, and fingers crossed the little mousy mouse didn't damage it too much. He did have a chew on that wire, so that's probably another reason why it's missing, but we'll see. For that noise anyway. This is the new spare engine out of the donor car. As you can see, I've got my leads and coils on that already. I think that may be the wiring harness, not too sure. But anyway, looking over here, you can see my original engine with the blown piston ring, and pieces from this engine now going onto the donor engine. Just getting it ready to be lined up and bolted in and put in the car. Here's a quick time lapse of me and my buddy Josh just putting it in late, really late one evening. Props to you, Josh, for staying till I think literally 3 a.m. it was. But as you can see, it took us a little while. Lining up the engine mounts was a bit of a pain. But once she was in, it was a radiator, condenser on, and start up the next day, and you'll see here. And there we go. What a relieved, happy man I was when it was running. I did struggle with some misfiring issues, but it turned out to be spark plugs. Nice easy fix. I say misfiring, it sort of broke up at higher RPM and stuff and under boost, but luckily just gapped the spark plugs properly, popped them in, all sorted. So yeah, here I am just checking the coolant levels and whatnot, making sure it's not leaking or pissing oil or anything. And yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this video. My next video is going to be a bit more enjoyable. Hopefully we're going to have some flybys, some burnouts, and basically just me enjoying the car and showing you how much I've been enjoying it. I've actually been driving the car, as I speak to you now, this past maybe week or two, and I've really been enjoying it. It's actually been quite reliable, surprisingly. So, yeah. And yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and by all means follow me, TikTok and Instagram, Jetta George. But yeah, stay safe, and I'll see you on the next one.